My name is Sadie Hunter and I'm running for City Council. I lived in Kamloops for over 16 years now and I moved from northern BC. I completed 3 degrees at TRU and I've worked in industry for nonprofits and I volunteered for a lot of organizations in town like the YMCA, and I'm currently part of the Kamloops Rotary Club. I'm on the executive for them. I'm running because I have a vision for Kamloops. The city has given a lot to me personally. It's the reason that I was able to be successful and the first generation of my family to attend university. And I want to be part of something bigger, and I want to give back to the city that helped me be successful. I'd like to focus on how Kamloops can create affordable housing while still supporting economic development. I don't believe that any issue can be addressed in isolation. I think we need to take a big picture approach to things. So if we address one issue, then there could be other impacts in other areas. So for example, if we try to address only economic development and look at how we can bring in businesses and jobs and more employment for opportunities for people, what might happen is increased demand for housing, which could result in even less affordable housing for current residents. So I think we need to take issues like that and take a bigger approach. I want to focus on creating a community of opportunity, and to do that I think we need 3 different things. We need to develop a plan for economic development and community development that's inclusive and that really utilizes the data that's available to us through Venture Kamloops and the Chamber of Commerce. The second thing is connecting educational opportunities with job opportunities, and having a clear path between education and future professional opportunities available to youth without having to leave Kamloops and then come back. You know, how can we support youth who are graduating high school, entering university, all the way directly into the job market? And then the third thing is to build an arts and culture in our city. So I think we should be looking at what other cities are doing to attract musicians and artists and performers and to support their own local talent and businesses, and what we can be doing to build on that. Well, my response would probably vary depending on the season and the individual, because we have a lot to offer in Kamloops, you know, from the music in the park, the farmers market, the bike ranch, to the museum. There's a lot to see and do. But if I had to make one recommendation, it would be to find a trail and to get out and enjoy our landscape and just get a whole perspective of the community, that, you know, and take that in. And we have lots of trails that are accessible to all different ability levels, so I think that would be the one thing. So I think our most urgent transportation need is not necessarily a mode of transportation, but looking at how we can create more accessibility to transit. And I think we can do that by through a subsidized bus pass program to start. I'd like to see us do a pilot program. The City of Calgary has had a lot of success with this over the last 2 years. So what that does is it opens the door to transportation and public transit being more accessible to folks who might not be able to afford it. So when I say subsidized pass, I mean having the cost of the pass be based on your income. Because if you're on a limited income, a $40 a month bus pass can be really limiting. So if you have it proportional to income, then those people might have access to jobs, to recreation, and just become more self-sufficient and really have an increased quality of life. And it shouldn't take much for us to be able to do that. I think the biggest challenge in the next 20 years will be attracting and retaining skilled professionals and being able to replace our retiring population. As we continue to grow our economic base and attract new businesses, we need to have an overall strategy for retaining and also replacing retired workers. So again, we come back to using that labor market strategy to figure out how we're going to fill that need and use the information that's out there and available to us from the province and Venture Kamloops and try to be prepared for that. I would say that it's the same as the biggest challenge. So right now we have the opportunity to create something really wonderful for Kamloops and decide what kind of city we want to be. We can take the traditional economic base and add innovative opportunities to it. So this is already happening with the resource industry and the partnerships that are being created with the resource industry and their tech sector. We're creating new ideas, new opportunities, new businesses from that. So with TRU, existing industry, and new economic opportunities developing, I think we're really at the edge of creating something new and exciting for Kamloops. So personally, my proudest achievement is completing 3 university degrees while raising my son on my own. Professionally, my proudest achievement is being part of supporting students at TRU and building capacity by raising funds for student awards and programs and new buildings on campus.